need to make sure. Welcome to Still Dripping Happy Hour. Look at this, man. Are you serious?
Welcome
This is so official.
to the Still Dripping Happy Hour, episode 106, your official podcast for all things Nashville sneakers. We're going to try to live up to that name.
Wow.
But I guess I should say I need to redo my intro. Welcome to episode 106 of the Still Dripping Happy Hour, brought to you by Grateful Apparel.
Oh, is
Ace,
that?
Am I right? I mean, we got a semi-sponsor partnership.
Yeah,
Something
it's
like
more.
that.
It's more like
I
a
mean-
part. It's more partnership. I don't know if it's sponsorship. It's definitely a
Right.
company I like. Hey, we're still looking at the screen.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Okay, there you go.
Sorry about that.
Wait a second. First of all, I saw you sneaky with the logo that was up here, it was up here for me. It said "Still Dripping Podcast" or "Still Dripping Established 2017." I haven't seen that before. Did you do that?
I don't know. I'm
You're
not sure which
frozen.
one you're talking about.
You didn't see that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Go. I saw a logo I hadn't seen before.
I don't think it said established. Maybe it did. I have no idea. I'll go back through, but
did.
you go ahead. You go ahead and talk
All right,
about
so
our
listen.
grateful.
So we are now.
Kickoff.
We have been. I think our official title is influencers, which is sad, and I don't know. Not sad. I hate that. That's I guess our title, but that's officially what we've become. And so we have. I feel so. I don't even know honored. I guess that we have been accepted to be brand ambassadors for the company that is called Grateful. This is one of the hats.
Yeah,
This is
one of their
from.
sweatshirts on.
This would be from, I don't know, 2017 or 18, something like that. The first ever I encountered Grateful was at a Lecrae or Andy Mineo concert in, I don't know, 2015. So basically, they're a company that helps people that are acclimating from the prison system back into society, and they make and maintain halfway houses. And the proceeds go to fund that. And the story of the guy who started, what's his name? Do you remember his name?
Raymond Rivera.
Ray. I've met him twice at different concerts I've been to over time. Great guy, great story. But this was a passion of his. And I'm so honored that we get to be involved with this company. So I have... Mason, you probably the same. I got a bunch of Grateful stuff over time. I love this hat. This is my typical golf hat. This is my favorite shirt that I have of Grateful. I've got a bunch, though. So this is the Gucci. It's like a Gucci. I love it. It's one of my favorites. I ordered because now we're part of the gang, man. So I got a new hoodie coming, and I got a pair of shorts coming. But I have a bag. I have a jacket. It's a great company. They put out great quality products, and most importantly for Mason and I, it's something that is bigger than sneakers. It's bigger than clothes. It's bigger than fashion. It's making a real difference in society. And last time I checked, as much as I love Kith or Supreme or Nike for that matter, this company makes a real impact in people in their lives and people that are struggling. And so that's something that I can get behind.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
you should too.
Yeah, I think when we...
So we have a code.
We have... Tell them about the code.
I can't believe we get to do that. So if you go to Grateful, I think it's gratefulapparel.com.
Yep, that's right.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Grateful, just like it's spelled, apparel.com. And when you get to checkout, put in code Still Dripping TN, and you'll get 15% off all your orders. And so Don't do it for us. I don't give a crap. All the money goes to halfway houses. So go buy the stuff. They got dope stuff. They're great people. I could talk about them all day.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have anything to add. Their new line that just came out now is pretty cool. I just think it's very creative stuff. They've got stuff like the Great Outdoors collection that Landon would love. They've got all kinds of stuff. The natural teas, good always wins.
Their
is like
spring
one of
teas
their
right now.
taglines. Good always wins, and it's a really cool set of clothing. So yeah, it's all really dope stuff. And like Hayes said, you should support them because they are not just in it for the money. So
yeah, great people, great mission. This is more than a sneaker podcast, and they are more than a apparel company. So go do that. I do, and I will continue as long as they are doing what they do.
Yep. All right, Hayes, I think my internet is delaying, so I'm going to...
It is a little bit.
Give it over to you. Do some free shout-outs, whatever you want to do, and I'm going to try to figure out some internet problems while I go in and out here.
Free shout-out. So this week we had a bunch of storms in Nashville, so shout-out to all the electric companies and everybody that's getting that done and taken care of. And God bless you if you've had some damage. This is I'm saying this because I have a shed on my property that was destroyed by a huge tree, and insurance got it all taken care of today. And so this is not a priority, and that's exactly what I told them. They need to be on people that have real problems. But anyway, shout out to the people that do all that work, and I know that's a lot, especially if you were impacted by the storms. Free shout out. Free shout out to Grateful. Go buy their stuff. I think I told you I got a hoodie and a pair of shorts, so I intend on rocking a lot. Anything else to burn time? Mike, if you're out there, if you're on YouTube land, send us some stuff. Mike said something about the podcast, and I was with him this weekend, and he said something, and I can't remember, but I would love to remember what he said. Mike, if you're on the YouTube chat, any of y'all people, chat, tell your friends, follow the Instagram. I feel like we've been pretty quiet on social the last couple weeks. Is that fair?
No, actually, the last couple of weeks I've been actually posting almost once a day. Thanks for noticing.
You've been carrying the water.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, I pretty much once a day.
So hey, lastly, and we can move.
Good. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's impressive, man. I have not. So we'll post our code and all that to the Instagram. We'll put a post out tomorrow for the Grateful discount and all that. Use code StillDrippingTN. You get 15% off. Go do that tomorrow. All right.
You ready to jump inside the box? Am I still delayed on your side?
I think you're all right.
All right. We're jumping inside.
What's inside the box?
That's my shoe in the box.
All right. Well, here's what's coming out somewhat soon. We've got, obviously, been on here 3 weeks in a row. The reimagined Jordan 3s. That's what we're all here for. These Shima Air Max 1s. It's just a brown and gray colorway. Pretty clean. Some Teal Zeal Dunks. I put those on there because I like the name. We never get good names of sneakers anymore, but Teal Zeal's a good one. And then the Orange Toe Iversons coming out 316. I just tried to get something not Nike in there, and it was very hard, as you can tell. I put some orange Iversons on there.
Wait, so, is this what you said you might break the seal on? No. It was
no. It's a different Reebok.
Do you have a picture of those? Is it coming up?
I don't have it on the slides, but they're the Club C, and it's a ale inspired. Let's see.
Right
what they're
before we got
called.
on here, Mason said, what would you think of me if my first breaking of the seal post Nike was a Reebok? And I just laughed. I
Let's
haven't
see if
had
you
an.
can see these up close. I'm not sure you can.
What are they,
You see that?
Vans?
They're they look like Vans, I guess. Yeah, they're Club C Reeboks. So one of the
So it's like a
OG
Guinness, basically. So it's like a really dark black,
Yep.
and then creamish.
Yes, it looks like
You really like those?
they're not. They're not bad. They're similar to just like a Nike like SB, but
I like the idea, but that's not a
right.
good shoe.
Yeah, the model is not there. I'll agree with that. But in other
The
news, I've
best
been looking at the
beer-related
A6.
sneaker.
Oh, go ahead.
The best beer-related sneaker, and it's not close, is the Newcastle Dunk Low, which I've wanted a pair. That's a grail for me. They're really tough to find, and they're like $400. I've never been able to pull the trigger, but if you find them, I mean, they are beautiful. They're like you see this shoe, Mason, you'll be like, that's 100% a shoe that Hayes would want. I'll find it.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. The yellow with the blue.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, we've got Air Max Day coming up, and here's the view of the big bubble Air Maxes on the top that are coming out. We get an extra little circle in the air bubble. You can see the normal Air Max down below, what came out in 2017, the OG red Air Max 1s, and then the 2023 version up top. Doesn't look incredibly different, but that bottom sole is, along with the bigger air bubble. I think they look super sweet. Definitely going to try to get some of these. What do you think, Case?
100%. These are classics. These are every sneakerhead needs to have these in their rotation. I like the big bubble. Hater, some people are going to not like it because it's not true to the original or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, they're beautiful. It goes with a lot of stuff. Yep. It's hard to beat this shoe.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a classic.
I think 3 or 4 episodes ago, we talked about these with Tyler. I guess that was like 6 episodes ago, and Landon's talked about these, the origination of them and how they came about. So go back into the archives and listen to those. But yeah, it's aside from all the history, it's a easily wearable shoe. It's just Air Max 1's a great shoe, so you can't.
Hey, ironically, tomorrow, my habit is I come home from work, I disassemble, I pick out my outfit for the next day, and I'm going with the whatever those Seafoam, what are those called?
Crepe hemp.
I'm going with crepe hemp tomorrow. That was what I already set out. Boom.
One of our most recent Instagram posts. Those restocked.
I saw that
on Nike. Shout out to brother-in-law Seth. He sent them to me, and so I just posted it up on the Instagram for anybody who wants one of the top shoes of last year.
Oh, easily. Great shoe.
Yep.
Hey, by the way, I was way off on the Newcastles now. The last time I was seriously looking, there were 400 or 500. Dude, here, look at this. Bad radio, but what are you sipping on?
I've got some George Dickel single barrel. It's very good. Is that $1,800?
A mortgage payment.
Yeah, that's more than my mortgage.
$1,650. The last sale was $1,454 in my size. There's no way in heck I'm getting these. It's going to have to be a plug. Free agency. I'll take some used ones. That's freaking crazy. What would you pay? What's the most you'd pay for a shoe, and what shoe?
Like no trade-ins, like cash only. What I'm paying?
Just cash.
500 would be tough, but it'd probably be in that 500
Okay.
range.
Okay. Mason knows this. When on my 40th birthday, my wife was really trying to do something crazy, and then COVID happened the week before I turned 40, which sucked. But either which way, I really wanted some Jordan 185s, and that I was that close, and that's about the only thing I'd pay that much money for. I'd buy those Newcastles for 400. I'd probably do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you mentioned the 81 highs, and we're not gonna reveal it because we haven't locked it in. But we have somebody who's seen their fair share of 81s or 85 ones.
Yes, we do.
Hopefully, he's
Also so
a
close.
soft commit. Soft commit. He's
Soft commit.
what, maybe verbally committed to.
We haven't signed a contract,
but yeah,
he has
we haven't
verbally
nailed down the
committed.
date. But yeah,
But to
if
say
you're
it would be
listening
our
to this-
biggest guest, it would be our biggest guest, and it's not close, I don't think.
Oh yeah, it's not close at all. So we'll just leave it at that. Well, that's a big teaser.
Yeah, we'll tease it.
Leaving
Tease it.
out on a cliff. But anyways, let's get back to some sneaker news. We'll go with the Nike
yes.
Air Jordan 4 SBs. They're right up on the screen here with a green and white colorway. Some pictures show a cream colorway, a gum sole. It's kind of got the color blocking of like a military blue.
Yes.
So what do you think, Hayes?
I don't understand why they're calling this an SB collab. And besides that, I'm getting really picky. And I'm not a big green guy, but I mean, this is a must-have. The gum sole. This is a beautifully executed shoe. I like the color. I like the green. I just personally don't have a lot of green. I hope it's if I'm looking at this, like I hope it's the white. I hope if I have it's a coin flip, but I almost like the white better than the cream.
Yep. I agree. I think and this is just piecing stuff together that I've heard, and I don't know if this is Nike's direction that they went in because I haven't really looked into it too much, but the guy who started or was one of the first leaders of Nike SB was Sandy Bodecker, and he also was on the team that designed the Jordan 4.
Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe that's the crossover there is what people are kind of putting together. I guess they're just like, I guess we'll see these in the skate park. I don't know. I don't know if I would ever see them in the skate park because I don't go to skate parks, but
me either.
I mean, I guess you could skateboard in these. That's what the SB is for. So maybe they're designed a little different. Maybe I don't know.
Are you going to wear these, or you just would resell them, or what do you think about them?
Definitely going to try to get them, and depending on the price, I would probably resell them. But I do like the look. I don't have any green sneakers. Yeah. Either. I was going through my sneakers. No, I don't have any green sneakers, so maybe keep them. But I don't have many green clothes either, so.
I'm sorry.
It'd be tough to keep.
The green I have is Volt, right? It's I have the off-white Air Force Ones, and then I've got the Revenge Storm, whatever that shoe is called. It's like a really upscale van that's got the lightning bolt on the side. I have a greenish in that color or that model. So I don't, but I'm like you. I don't wear a lot of green. So, but I love these shoes. They're dope. Super dope.
Yes, sir. All right, let's check out what we got next.
Hey, wait a second. If you go back, if it didn't have the gum sole, I might not be as adamantly a pro on this one. I think it's the gum sole that really takes it to a different level. And that's SB, right? It's kind of mixing that.
Yeah,
I don't know. That feels like an SB collab, is that they changed that up.
yeah,
But man, that whatever it is about the brown on that sole just makes me go, wow, those are really sick.
yeah. I agree. I think that's right in line. What I'm thinking is, it needed something besides just the Nike SB on the back, which is really dope. But it needed something else to push it over the top, and I agree. It's that sole that did it.
Yeah.
You think
All right.
that people not in sneakers, I feel like, would be very surprised to say that the color of the sole can make a big difference on a
Yeah,
shoe.
that's probably true.
It seems weird, but
Yeah.
it does. A gum sole is, I mean, it used to be
It's
the
just
icy
a
blue
classic.
sole that
Yeah.
people would go crazy over, and the gum sole has come back, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny when I think about it, when and maybe I'm thinking like midsole down, just the whole base. When it's all black, generally I'm
Yeah.
not going for it. Like I don't know why, but yeah, this is just a beautifully executed shoe.
Yeah. But if it's all black and then it has a gum sole,
Fire.
yes, absolutely incredible.
Gum sole is yeah,
It's a game changer.
it's a game changer. A small detail that makes a big difference.
Yeah. All right, these next ones. I put these on here just out of curiosity
fun?
for what we would think about these.
Well, it's a 37 low.
It's a 37 low.
It's immediately better
37
than the
low.
regular 37. Immediately.
UNC-ish vibes with the navy blue and UNC blue. The other color
Is that
kind of
UNC?
funky.
I thought that's purple.
Purple's down on the sole on the back, but
Okay, so this midsole
Coming
color
across.
is purple. Is a Carolina.
right.
Oh, on my screen it looks more like lavender.
No, that's the bottom like heel. The heel
Okay.
sole is lavender. But then you've got navy blue up top with the light blue.
Is
across.
this is this see through the middle part?
I think so. I think from what I've seen, it is see-through.
So they try to make it breathable.
Yeah. This
If
is not
that
a
was
bad
filled
looking shoe.
in, if that was filled in and just regular, it's really not a bad shoe.
Yeah.
I don't like the translucent. I don't like that, but this is still a way better shoe than the regular 37. Easy.
Yeah.
It's not close.
Yeah, I agree. I put this on here because I've started playing basketball 2 to 3 times a week again, and this could be it
The
could
shoe
be
you
a
go
shoe
with.
to wear. I think
You
I'm
can
gonna
get them for
try.
cheap.
Yeah, you can. I think I'm gonna try the Lucas first, though.
Oh,
Those are
please
just
do.
such a better shoe. But yeah, the Jordan line on performance, it's hard to beat. To be honest, I mean, it's not
Yeah,
just
Kobe's are really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Performance wise.
performance wise strictly.
I feel like though, if you had to have your choice of like more current, I think I could see you playing in the 33s. And I bet they're dope performance shoes.
I'm playing the
the ones-
31s right now.
31s. Okay.
31 lows. 31 lows. 33s, I think the tongue would bother me. The tongue comes up
Really?
pretty high on those, right?
No. That's the one that Travis Scott did a collab on. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Really?
The
The tongue comes up?
comes up high on those. I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken, but those and the 35s, I thought the tongue was very high on.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the 30. I have 2 pairs of 31s. One of them was my wife's wedding gift to me. It was in our wedding colors. So those were dope. Those won't probably hit the basketball floor, but yeah, I've got the UNC colorway, like a UNC blue to navy blue in the
That's the
31.
ones you wear.
Yep.
Okay.
So it'll be time soon to get some new ones. So we'll keep an eye out for them. Next up, we talked about it earlier, the Shima Air Max 1. What do you think about these, Hayes?
Take it or leave it. I don't like the gray on it, and then the pinstripes. It just doesn't do it for me. I love the brown. Obviously, we're on the same page with that. But I don't know. I don't like the gray.
Yeah, I love everything about the shoe except for the inside. The inside lining,
Yeah.
the pinstripes. It's just weird.
It's weird, dude. And ironically, they go gum sole on this, and they'd be a 10, right?
Yeah, probably, or just a brown sole. But
A
like,
brown sole.
talk about another detail, small detail, the inner lining of a shoe, but it just kind of ruins it for me.
Yeah, it does ruin it.
Also, the name. Like, why not? Why isn't this a Mocha Air Max 1?
Shima, what the heck does that even mean?
I think it has some Chinese characters on the tongue.
Or that makes total sense. It's made in China. Probably made by some children in China, actually.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, let me preface this. If you're on YouTube,
Man, this is like Air Max
see,
1 day.
Yeah, so these actually popped up a full size run in the Cool Springs Nike store. And we talked about these on the podcast. It's is it just the denim Air Max 1s?
I think
Is
it's
that
the
what
denim.
they're called? And the pictures versus in person, these shoes are horrible. I remember talking about possibly getting these. And the coloring on the bottom is not off-white or a cream. It's like a yellow. I kept opening up the shoes and just looking at them. And I was like, that's not an aged look. It's just
just yellow.
A yucky yellow color. The shoe or the picture on the right doesn't it looks cream on there, but I tried to capture it in this picture. It doesn't look aged at all. It just looks very bad.
See, in the pictures, it does look aged, I would say. I see less yellow. I don't know, man. I feel like if the top was a different color, it'd look a lot better. I think it's the top that throws this off and it makes it look ugly.
If just in person, it was awful.
I bet. I mean, that's why didn't we see somebody that bleached these? That would make a lot more sense if they were bleached.
Or if you this is going back on everything that I've ever said on this podcast. But if you took some sandpaper or some scissors to these and made or something and just roughed these up really bad or wore them every day for a whole year, these would look awesome. I mean, these would look great worn. Denim fraying off the sides and everything. But yeah, just as they are now, I did not like them in store.
I don't think that goes against much of what you've said. That doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, just like the sandpaper aspect of.
Okay. You mean fake retro or fake age?
Yeah,
okay,
fake age.
Okay.
And look here. Big Mike says bleach 'em.
That's what I said.
Right before you said it, he pops
in.
in.
I think
bleaching
them makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Even if it was just like bleaching the top to make it, where the other ones I looked at were gray. Like if you just bleached the denim white, and left the whatever the lighter color, that might look better. I think. Yeah.
It's that denim that's across it. The other part, like around the toe box, is really nice. That's the only part that I love about this shoe.
Yeah. That's sad that it's that yellow in person because it does look aged in the pictures.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to be jumping inside the box, outside the box a little bit. We'll stay inside the box for these next couple, but I saw these I don't know why any sneaker brand or sneaker news outlet covered this, but this is a collab with Reebok and some ponies or something. Take a look at these if you're not on YouTube. Search East London's 194 local adds pony to the Reebok Beatnik mock. It's a moccasin. It looks like it's got an UGG bottom, maybe. And it's literally
this ain't
legit
no UGG, man.
pony hair.
This is legit scrotum. This is the scrotumest looking thing we've seen in a while. I mean, that is a squirrel's nutsack. They cut it off the biggest squirrel they could find and they sewed it to the top of that shoe. This is horrible. Fur.
For the viewers not on YouTube, can you describe, besides a scrotum, what this looks like?
I mean, it's a clog looking shoe
It kind of looks like a horse hoof.
covered in fur. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, with a little, I don't know, collar neck looking thing that make it a little bit more comfortable. And then they really take it to a different level of tacky with the poorly placed Reebok logo right on the edge. And then, dude, this is a great example. Look at this brown guy, the beaver looking one. The one at the bottom. Yeah. Look, why did they put a black sole on that thing?
That's
hideous. Number one, brown and black generally clash. Like, why would you do that?
If they were trying to make a bad shoe, I mean, that really completes it.
Yeah.
If this was a gum sole, it wouldn't look as bad. So maybe that's what they're going for. It's the shock value. It's got to be just a shock value thing.
Yeah.
Of like, what the beat?
Why did you do? It looks like a clog. When they went with the black sole, it definitely is clog-like. What a pathetic. And pony? Oh, no. You said this was a collab.
Pony hair is what this is.
How do you collab with a pony?
No, it's the collab.
Killed the freaking.
It's with 194 local. That's what the company.
What is 194 local?
It's in East London, so maybe they got different style in Europe.
Yeah, you think they got bad teeth? They drink tea. Shout out to all the London, the English. Shout out to y'all. This is horrible. This is so stupid. Beatnik mock.
Maybe not as bad, but in my opinion, for Nike, this next shoe is very bad. We took the Vomero, which is not a bad shoe, and tried to put a panda dunk
shoe
over it.
And this looks like duct tape around it.
It does. I could not believe that I thought this was a joke. I honestly thought this was a joke. But I keep seeing more and more pictures. It's literally like stitched. Like you can see the stitching. It's like 1 stitch here, 2 stitches, 3 stitches. There's like 6 stitches that hold this in place. Like, what are we doing? Why are we combining a Vomero and a Dunk anyways? That's no crossover there. The people who wear one of those does not wear the other. What's going on? You frozen? I guess you're not frozen, but
this is the most duct tape looking shoe. This looks like arts and crafts at Laverne High School, and they said, go make a shoe. And the instructor was like, no. Take this textured duct tape and put it around that shoe and cut it out. But no. You know what would be cool if you cut it out to make it look like a dunk. This looks horrible quality. It's a running shoe that this looks horrible.
This is
an arts and crafts. This is what are they thinking? Especially since it's not even flush at the toe box up here.
It's not. It's just
That's horrible.
I'm just hoping. I don't think it's a joke. I don't think so, but I hope it is. Like, so this looks
This
like,
is an embarrassing effort.
you know what? Maybe let's give him the benefit of the doubt here. Here's my glass half full thing. Maybe it's like, like your son's a baseball player. In baseball, when you're warming up in the on deck circle, and you put the donut on your bat because it's heavier.
Yeah.
Maybe this is like you wear these running shoes because it adds 2 pounds while you're running.
Oh
It's like
my
ankle weight.
goodness.
Maybe that's what it is because people do that all the time in different sports. So maybe let's give them the benefit of the doubt. And this is just like weighted running shoes.
I got another good comparison.
Okay, go ahead.
This is like in the Muppets when Kermit the Frog would put a mustache on and pretend to be like a reporter. That's what this is.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm a Vivero. I'm a running shoe. No, I want to be cool. So I'm going to dress up like a dunk. Oh my gosh. That's exactly what this is. This is a fake disguise.
This is a good Halloween shoe now that you think about it.
It's a good Halloween shoe. I can't believe this is real. I feel like you're trolling me. This looks like it's photoshopped.
Yeah, I thought so too. But I've seen it multiple places. Maybe we got. And if we did, we'll just have to own up to it because the internet never forgets. But this is terrible.
This is as bad as a fur shoe.
Yeah. Yeah, this is.
Holy cow. I can't believe
you think
it.
they overproduced the dunks? Like nobody bought them on the most recent restock, and they're like, we got to do something. Let's switch them. Let's switch the Vomeros and because they made a dunk that looks like a Vomero too. They did the opposite of this, and it looks a lot better than this. Obviously, it couldn't look worse.
I don't know what they. It's just trying to capitalize on what's popping. I think that's number one. It's money. Number two is there's good ideas and bad ideas, and Nike's got a lot of good ideas, and this is just one of those ones that's not a good idea. It's just a bad one, and that's all you can chalk it up to is that this was a think tank. They were smoking some pot and eating some mushrooms, and somebody had this idea, and they went with it. And then they just happened to have some little 10-year-old Chinese kid with them. And like, hey, sew this to this Vomero. Right?
Oh, I don't know
Man,
what's
I'm in
worse,
rare
that you
form.
make those jokes or that I laugh every single time.
Yeah.
It's probably worse.
You laugh because it's true, right? That's why.
Right. All good jokes contain true-ish. I think J. Cole said that. All right. Now we got a little more serious stuff. We've heard everybody wax on this poetically. Ja Morant, what are you doing? We've been talking about this in our group chat. I would encourage you to go listen to Bomani Jones on this. He has some great takes. There's a mix of humor in there, but overall, yeah, I think it's very good. I looked at his Twitter account on it, and it was very good. So I'll let you go ahead, and then I'll respond.
This is what this feels like, and I feel like if you listen to this podcast, you know me, and so I'll just say it how I feel. This feels to me like let me think about it. Let me explain it this way. Sometimes in culture, but specifically in, I would say, white culture, there's this keeping up with the Joneses thing where you live and you want to have a nice house and a nice car, and your kids go to private school, and like this is the other side of that. It feels like is I want perception to be that I'm somebody. And so what do you do is that you make a bad decision like this, and because you want somebody who's got less money than you, has less fame, has less talent than you want somebody else to think something about you that you probably aren't. That's what this feels like. It feels like that equivalent of Keeping Up with the Joneses. The other thing is nothing ever good happens at 2:00 in the morning. Go ask Pac-Man Jones. Like that's what happens here. They go to they have a game in Denver. They lose. The irony is I read that Steven Adams called a team only meeting about post game activities and what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. And he says this at this game, and then this happens.
Right.
That's weird. Or, what are you thinking there? Man, it's just a case study in how not to handle your fame. Right. I feel like that's what we're in right this minute, at least. Yeah. I hope I'm wrong because I love the guy. Go Grizz. I mean, go Ja. I hope you can figure that out.
It's very odd because nothing like throughout since you've seen him has ever like looked like this. So I don't know.
I guess feel like I'm onto something with the Keeping Up with the Joneses thing.
Yeah, no,
like he's trying to impress somebody that.
Well, I think it has to do with like the whole Grizzly identity of like Josh saying we want all the smoke, we run up the chimney because we want all the smoke, and then people are like the Shannon Sharpe things happens, and then like everybody's talking about are the Grizzlies like for real like that, and you can be like that on the court, but you don't have to be like that off the court. Like nobody is like Ja Morant, he's a gangster. Like in the real sense, like nobody was needing you to be that.
Keeping Up the Joneses, man.
Right.
Like that's what this is. It's whatever he's got in his head. It's like, okay, he's got. Well, let's say this. He's got Key Glock sitting sideline at games. He's got Young Dolph, rest in peace, sitting next to him at games. And who else knows, right? That's talking. Who else have we seen? NBA Youngboy has been at his games. All these guys.
Well, I mean, he's in Memphis, right?
He's in Memphis.
It's the only NBA city that is very unique in that aspect, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe Houston.
Would
be close.
That's a good one.
But nonetheless, man, I don't know who you're trying to impress that's got less money than you and less fame and less man, just. But it's also a young kid. Like, how old is he? 24.
Maybe.
23?
Yeah, probably 24. 24. Probably.
Okay. Well, I I'm 40. I'm almost 43, and I grew up in without social media. Thank God, honestly. So I don't know what that's like to carry what he's carrying at his age. I don't know what that is and how that's like. But man, you gotta. I read a tweet where it was saying it feels like T. Morant, his dad, tries to be one of his boys and not his dad. And that needs to change. Is like he needs to be a parent.
Yep.
But I don't know, man. This is just a bad decision.
Yeah, I read not funny, but a tweet from Bomani Jones that I don't agree with everything that he says, but it was along the lines of he was responding to somebody who responded to him saying like, well, he's got both of his parents in his life. And Bomani was like, well, almost every F up I know is a parent.
Terrible.
So you don't really know how these parents are. Just because you got two of them doesn't mean that they're better than anybody else.
That's a terrible thing to that's not a good comparison. I
it's
guess.
like you said, if it is like he's one of his boys, he kind of wants the fame and wants to be in the spotlight just like Ja does. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't. It's kind of along the Kyrie and Ben Simmons stuff. Not to that. They weren't to this level, but you just got to have somebody in your life to tell you, hey, this isn't a good idea.
Yeah.
Until
Hey,
you
here's
get
what you can
somebody-
do. Oh, got one. Talk to former Memphis Grizzly Javaris Crittenden, who's in jail for maybe the rest of his life over this kind of thing. And there's no telling when it could have started, something stupid like this. And then he shows up in an NBA locker room and tries to kill Gilbert Arenas, right? I mean, that's how. Go ask him. He's a former Grizzly.
Yeah. So, no, I
It's
guess that's
sad.
enough. You've heard everybody
want Ja
talk
to
about
win.
this week.
I want Ja to win. I'm 100% not a hater, and get better people around you. And I know it's hard to cut people off that you feel like you owe them, and they helped you get. I mean, day ones. I understand all that, but like, be an adult and make better decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well said. Well said on that. Well, I think we can jump inside or outside the box. I guess that was a little bit outside the box, but we'll keep going. I decided to creatively try to get some stuff that's been going on recently and make that into some of our questions for this week. So, let me see. This one doesn't have anything to do with what happened this week, but do you have a weird or halfway embarrassing athletic highlight? Like something you actually did good, but like you're like, there's some part of the story that's like, well, maybe that wasn't fully the truth. I'll go first. When I was in high school, one thing that I wanted to do was pin somebody off the backboard in basketball, like block their shot and pin it to the backboard. And I did it, but it was against the Girl Scout team, the high school girls basketball team. It was still a pin, and I still appreciate that. But it's not the full story if I just say, hey, I pinned a shot off the backboard. I just thought that was funny. Like
the closest thing I can get to that is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh,
we got a delay now.
Yep. I would say maybe we'll have him on the podcast, but Austin Gwynn, we played a practiced against a girls team one time, and he went 8 for 8 from 3.
That was amazing.
And like NBA threes, unbelievable. But it was with a girls' ball against a girls' team, so it's like, yeah, you had your best night ever, which is not like. Nobody else went 8 for 8 from 3, so you can brag about it. But
we killed those high school girls. I even played. Who was that?
That was the homeschool team.
Is that who that was?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Dan?
No. Hooper. Andy Hooper was their coach.
How did I end up playing in that? I played.
It was our church ball team. Yeah, it must have been.
Dude, there's not many cases where you get to witness you could throw it into the ocean, and when that happens, you milk it.
Yeah.
And that was one of those. I remember just get the freaking ball to Austin, like.
Yeah.
He was hot. He was as hot as anybody could be, and it was against high school girls.
Yeah.
I broke 2 basketball goals before. I broke 2 backboards.
Wow.
They were 8 foot, and they were at their last of their lives. But I did. That's what it is for me.
That's very nice.
I tore the rim
a good
off.
One. Oh, So I had a question, and I'll try to fumble my way through it. This Dickel over here has got me in a pickle, so I don't want to twist my words up.
I'm gonna go and ask your question. Then I'm gonna mosey over here. Go ahead.
I'll just wait on you.
All right, cool.
We're gonna pause for we'll do an ad. If you're listening to this right now, go to gratefulapparel.com. purchase a couple of items, but on your checkout, remember to use the code StillDrippinTN, and you'll get 15% off at GratefulApparel.com. Go and support their mission. And now we're back. Look, I just did a Grateful ad. That was our first ad ever.
They're not
Yeah.
even a sponsor. We just
It
are
wasn't
ambassadors.
good, but anyways, so this weekend, I don't know if you saw this, Giannis was a rebound shy of a
The
triple
triple double, the fake one,
Yeah.
the Ricky Davis.
Yep, he pulled the Ricky Davis, went and threw it, missed a shot intentionally, got the rebound and the triple double. And I think yesterday or 2 days ago, the NBA took away the rebound. So he did not officially get a triple double. So I guess the question would be, what's something that you wish you could take
Why?
away?
Man, but wait a second. I got so many more issues with this. It's like, Giannis, is he a two-time MVP? Two-time MVP.
Yep.
Accolades, NBA championship. What the heck does that triple-double do for you? That just makes you look like an idiot. There's nothing. This is like King David could have any woman in the world, but he goes after Bathsheba, has her husband killed, who's poor Uriah the Hittite, puts him at the front. Like, you could have any. Why? What are you doing? That's how he is Uriah. He is King David.
I don't think playfully getting a triple double is similar to taking somebody's wife and killing them.
But the concept of you've got everything. What do you do? That's what I mean. It's a stretch.
I agree. It's weird because it's not even close to Ricky Davis. I don't think Ricky Davis ever got a triple double because that one was rescinded. And
was it?
I believe so. I believe the same thing happened. And the NBA has done this forever. I was listening to a basketball podcast, and they did this back in the 20 years ago, 30 years ago. They would rescind little funny moments like that, rescind the rebounds or whatever. But yeah, Ricky Davis, I don't think ever got a triple double, so it makes sense that he tried to do it. But yeah, Giannis nearly averages a triple double. I feel like I don't know if that's the case for sure, but yeah, it's.
What does that triple double mean? Like, are you getting paid a bonus or? I don't know, man. I'm with you. That was a huge faux pas. Makes him look absolutely stupid and petty.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I should have
written
down my answer.
Did you say what was it that I would rescind, like in life?
Right. Yeah, something that you've done, maybe, or said.
1,000,000,000 things. Like, there are so many things I would rescind. I rescinded, dude. I said this last week on the podcast where I deleted and uninstalled sneakers on my phone because I've been having an issue with that, and I've used it almost like a drug. I wish I could rescind that. That's like in the last 2 weeks. I'm 40, almost 43. My list of rescinds are massive.
Yeah, that was deeper than I thought it was going to go. And like I said, I can't remember what my answer was going to be, but there's plenty. There's plenty for sure.
I wish I had a rescind today. Oh my gosh!
A daily.
I need the blood of Jesus. That's my only hope because I.
All right. Well, I actually do want to talk about part of our episode last week, but I did have one more question. And this is, we'll maybe post a poll or post it on Instagram, but it's Girl Scout cookie season. It's also March Madness, but I think Girl Scout cookies are just ending. What is your favorite Girl Scout cookie? Here's all of them up here.
The mints, and it's not close.
The Thin Mints?
Thin Mints. The peanut butter ones, is that Do-si-dos?
Yeah, the orange ones down here in the bottom left.
Yep,
Do-si-dos.
And then the lemon.
Oh, you're a lemon cookie.
I am a lemon cookie.
I have a question, and I wish we had more people on here, but I think Mike's just holding it down right now. Does anybody buy the chocolate chip Girl Scout cookies? I didn't even know
They
that was a
have
thing.
chocolate chip.
Well, look at the blue ones right here on the
Yeah, you're
middle
right.
row.
What's
Yeah,
the
I
one to the
didn't-
right of that called with the coconut on it?
Oh, what are those
Samoas.
called? Samoas. Yep, that's right.
See,
did-
every once in a while, I can Jones for like if I just have one of those. I don't want a whole box. Like
Right.
Thin Mints, it doesn't matter the day of the week or time of year or whatever. Just give me some Thin Mints and a cup of coffee. Same with the Do-si Do, the peanut butter one. Whew. Cup of coffee, let it dissolve a little bit. Oh,
There's a lot on
So-
here that I like, but I don't know the one in the very center. It looks like a Buckeye kind of.
never seen it in my life.
I've never seen that before. That must not be a southern one. And the one in the top right corner that looks like a pecan, maybe. That
Yeah,
looks
I've
pretty
had
good.
those.
Is it
What's the
any
one
good?
next to the one in the middle? Is that
I think
that
it's a
strawberry?
new- I
Cherry?
think it's like a raspberry one. Let me see if I
Raspberry,
can
ugh,
I can
gross.
find it. Let me see. Yeah, it's called a raspberry rally. It's similar
Gross.
to a thin mint, but it's raspberry instead of
No
mint.
thanks.
So, and it looks like so maybe we do get these. The ones in the very middle are called Adventurefuls.
Is this
And
peanut
it's
butter on a chocolate
brownie
brownie?
inspired cookies with caramel cream
Hmm.
with a hint of sea salt. Sounds
It
actually
reads
not bad.
It reads decent.
Yeah. My favorite
Huh.
has got to be the tagalongs or the s'mores. S'mores are
Which is
on another level.
Which is tagalong.
Tagalongs is the red ones up in the top left. It's the peanut butter and chocolate. Can't
Oh
go
yeah,
wrong
those
with
are
that.
easy. Yeah, that's good. I don't mind those. They're not top 3 for me though.
And that the top right one is actually a toffee tastic. I take back that. I don't think that sounds good.
It's good. I've had it before. What's the one on the bottom right?
The bottom right, I think, is a lemon. I think both of those. The bottom right is a lemon up, and then the one next to it is a lemonade.
What's a lemon up?
It's just a crispy lemon cookie
What's the difference?
with inspiring messages. That's the description.
It's like the cookie equivalent of the sweethearts at
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. Let's put a inspiring message on it. You're great.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that must be that's the only reason for it. Because why would you have lemonades and lemon ups? Like we couldn't think of like a 16th flavor or whatever, how many there are, to just have a different one besides 2 lemons.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm going with Do-si Dos are always a good one. They're kind of like Nutter Butters, right? But who cares?
Yes. I'm telling you, if you put it in a cup of coffee and you just let it start to get just a tad soft, they are absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, this is gonna show how ignorant I am, but I never realized that. I've always known Dunkin' Donuts is a thing. I didn't realize people up north like swear by dunking their donuts in coffee. Like this guy I work with could not. He was like, I won't eat donuts unless I dunk them in coffee. I've never even heard of that before he told me that.
You never heard of a Dunkin' stick?
Is it like, yeah, one of those, like what are those called?
Dunkin' sticks or
Is that just-
biscotti?
Biscotti. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay, a Dunkin' stick is like a donut version of that.
Okay.
And it's got a shell, not a shell, but it's the dough is thicker than a donut, but it's not as hard as a biscotti. See, I don't like biscotti.
Okay.
But like a Dunkin' stick is more donut like, and they're dope. But the
Well, I don't-
purpose is
see-
to dip it.
See, I think the whole thing comes back to I don't like coffee. So that's the problem.
Then what are we
But I
talking?
can
All right, well-
put down some donuts though.
This is one time. Never mind. No, I'll tell the story. This dude,
Okay.
I'm trying to make coffee. It's church Sunday morning, and I'm making a pot of coffee. And this dude comes up and he's scolding me because I'm putting like warm water in the gallon to put it into the coffee maker. And he says, that's bad for the coffee maker. I don't drink coffee, but I think that's bad for the coffee maker to put hot water in the coffee maker. And literally, I looked at him like this. How many pots of coffee have you ever made? He's never made a pot of coffee. It doesn't matter what temperature the water is that I put in that creates the coffee. And a person that's never made a pot of coffee has no right to tell me that it's bad for the machine to put warm water in it. Oh,
I like donuts so much that I might try some coffee next time I have donuts.
you should. Just make sure it's good coffee. It's just like anything else. If you should set your expectations appropriately. If you go into Exxon and try your first cup of coffee, it's going to be crap. So get a good cup of coffee. Krispy Kreme. Start at Krispy Kreme.
I'll stick to whiskey.
And then it's a shame.
All right. Well, Hayes, I'm going to throw it to you and then I'll finish up. What did you learn today?
Oh, it's easy. It's go buy Grateful gear, wear it, tell your friends and family about it, make a difference in the world. And more than sneakers, more than clothes, more than a t-shirt. It's a company that you can be proud to wear their stuff. That's what I learned.
Yeah. I did learn earlier before the episode that Grateful is also all made in America. So if that's your thing, go for it. Just make sure you use Still Drippin' TN at the checkout code. All right.
This is how you know I care about that.
All right. Well, what I learned, and this may be more than sneakers. It's kind of based off last week's episode, but if you didn't listen to Hayes kick off the episode last week, go back and listen to that, at least the first 10 minutes of the episode. And it explains why we do this. But for a sneakers podcast, for Hayes to come out and admit, hey, I deleted my sneakers apps because this is an issue for me at the moment. I thought that was really powerful. And then what happened later this week was we got in touch with this person that we're not going to name yet because we're not ready to put it out there. But we got in touch with him and he said, yeah, let's talk about coming on the podcast and doing this. There was 3 different people that we have lined up to come on the podcast, all from this week after Hayes talked about that stuff on last podcast. And we got this Grateful thing that just popped up. I didn't know you had entered or signed up to be an ambassador, applied, I guess. So when that came up, I was like, that's pretty cool. We're kind of realizing what this is about, and this is not about sneakers. It's more than sneakers, and we've always wanted that to be our goal. And then we get a brand that at least you and I have talked about for a long time, and being for the right reasons and everything. So on a very serious note, I don't feel like that's a coincidence that when we start living into exactly why we made this podcast, even if that means not doing what we do this podcast for in getting sneakers, and truly live into what we've said our mission is, that doors start opening just like in that same week. I thought that was pretty cool. Just from a faith-based thing.
I didn't think about that.
Of just all this stuff. I just couldn't not think about it. So that's what I learned this week. It was pretty cool. I think it was really cool to see all that come together.
Wow.
So I was very proud of you for that. Was very brave, and would like to give you your flowers for
Thank
that,
you.
because that's not an easy thing to do,
Man,
to admit.
that means
When something's going on, when we have something going on that we can share, and other people could be going through the same thing, it's powerful. So thank you.
man, you're gonna wow.
So with that, I think we can wrap it
Wow.
up. Thank you for tuning in to episode 106 of the Still Drippin' Happy Hour. We are very appreciative. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. Please go to Instagram and Twitter and follow us at StillDrippin'TN. Go to iTunes and Spotify, leave us a 5-star rating, and give us a review. If it's bad, make it funny, please. If you're on YouTube right now, please hit subscribe and like this video.
Like.
And with that, I guess we can sign off. Hayes, are you gonna rap? We haven't done that in a minute.
No,
but
I can't now. You got me
No.
way in my feelings.
no words. All right.
Can't do it.
Well, with that, we thank you all and have a blessed week. Peace.
Amen.
I'll play some
Wow.
music.
I just put one in there tonight. It's called Intro. Play that one.
I'm not gonna put it.
Oh man, that's a dang shame.
We'll see you next week. Peace.